Alrighty, Lumberjacks, welcome back to another Logging from Scratch episode. Now, unfortunately, I lost my save game from our series that we were doing on Fellsburn, or whatever the heck that map's called. So that's all gone. I tried to recover it. I did everything I could to try to save it, but for some reason, it just won't load up anymore. I thought it was a mod thing, but something glitched out somewhere along the way. And we had to move on. So, I mean, it's good because a lot of people wanted us to move on to Grizzly Mountain, which is that big bad boy over there. So, we're finally on Grizzly Mountain, but regardless of the bad news of losing our sweet little farm that we had going there, I do have a new thing that I got to get to show you guys. Now, by the time you're seeing this video, which is in a few days from me recording it, this will be coming out. So, I have to do a couple things here first. So, one, we have to decide on where we're gonna start logging here. So we have a couple different areas to choose from. I'm thinking maybe we should keep it nice and close. Oh man, so that's 178 for that whole property. That's a lot of property. This one's only 42,000. So let's keep it nice and close, nice and sweet and straight. We're gonna buy this one. We're gonna hit 9956, 66, and 9832. These are gonna be our areas that we're gonna start hitting up for logging first. So we're going to buy it. It's only 42, so that's not bad. We have 500 grand in the bank to start off, which I know is an exquisite amount of money. We're not exactly starting from scratch, but I'm going to lease some machines here, so it should kind of perk things up. So the new toy is this guy. Oh, I'm just going to lease it right now. I'm going to show you. Okay, so this guy is the new processor. This is the Tiger Cat body. Again, same loader that we had before, which also has these beautiful new tracks. I should have an updated version of the other Tiger Cat out as well. So when you guys are looking at this tomorrow to download it, grab a version of the 880 as well, the grapple one with the attacher head on it, because it'll have these new tracks and the new tilt on the head, and I'll show you that in a sec here. So this guy is kind of the temporary fix for now because a lot of people really, really wanted a fixed head processor. This version's going to look a little funky because I'm not done with it. I'll be done within the next couple days before it comes out here, but I'll show you up close and personal. Actually, I'll tilt it this way. So first thing you'll notice is the tilt on this, the head's a lot different. So you can actually tilt far out. This one will probably clip through the boom a little bit. I'll have that fixed by the time you guys get it released here, or by the time I get it released for you guys. But basically, yeah, it's a processor head. This is the old Scorpion head, the Ponzi Scorpion head, and basically I've just kind of tore it apart and I rebuilt it from the ground up. Changed all the nodes, changed all the collisions, made separate claws. So these claws have all been redone with proper physics. They don't close all the way because I don't want you guys to crush the logs while you're processing them, so it closes fairly nice. It does have two heads, so these two are two claws that move independently of each other. So if you guys haven't been on my Discord, there's a control guide with the updated movements for the claws and what buttons they belong to. So hopefully you guys can investigate that. If you guys haven't joined the Discord, there's a link in the description on this video. Swing by, and all you gotta do in the chat is be like, where's the control guide? Because I don't know how to set up the claws if you're having problems. You can run this thing without using the secondary claws, but I know a lot of you guys really like that ability to use those other sets, so I did leave that as an option for you guys. So yeah, I'm just going to get out and take a quick peek at it here. One thing you'll notice while we're operating this video is this cylinder is like sticking out of the arm. That's just because we're moving it. So that bracket on the top is actually going to be on the bottom. This is all stuff we're going to do in the next couple days before we release it. But yeah, no, she's a beauty. So we did a South Star style head on it. Basically, we just did some branding and stuff, but it's basically still the Ponzi head. We did some new texturing, a little bit of model stuff in there, but nothing too crazy. It's a beautiful head, and it cuts like butter. But between that and the new tracks that Chad actually put these together, he found a way to put a little bit of a gap separation in the track to make them look a lot more realistic, and he did a fantastic job. So it's awesome to have everybody on the team rocking out. So because we're so close, I'm not even going to low bed. I'm just going to walk these stuff over here. These stuff. Practicing English, not getting very good at it. But yeah, this head is an incredible thing. It's what everybody wanted, I'm pretty sure, and I think you guys will have a good time. Josh right now is working on another processor, different body, and a Waratah style head on it. But we really wanted to get something out that was already pre-built that we could, you know, make easy for people, because I know there's a really crazy demand for a processor. After I put out the loader, everybody's like, yeah, we just need a processor. And I'm sure then they'll be like, now we just need a feller buncher and a skidder and this and this. But I know this one is kind of essential to logging because the in-game ones are a little bit rough still. So I'm just going to let this guy kind of travel here while we do our thing. So what else we need? We need to get a truck and a trailer. We need to get an 880 with our grapple. Maybe we'll just, for this episode, because I don't want to waste the whole episode just buying stuff, we'll buy stuff as we need it. But I think for this episode, I'm just going to do some chopping with this bad boy so you guys can see how sweet it actually is. And like I said, the tilt on this guy, so as you can see, we changed the tilt. The tilt used to be the other way, so this head was flipped, so it would actually turn the other way. But I found since changing this, it gives us a lot more ability, having it this way as we drive off the road here. It gives us a lot more ability to use any kind of attachment we want. The processor is not an attachable head, so I can't actually disconnect this like live in game. You buy it with the processor head on it. That's something we're looking at maybe for the future to fix, but for now you get it as its own machine. But yeah, the 880 is going to have that same tilt that this one has, so you'll be able to attach, you know, buncher heads or, you know, excavator buckets, whatever you want, and have the ability to rotate all that distance, which will be crazy. It's almost 180 or more, maybe 220, I think we measured it at, degrees. So that's the tilt. So the tilt goes from all the way from this point, which is deadly close, to, it won't go all the way as far as this one, because you see how it clips into it a little bit, so it'll probably go to about there when you guys get it, which is more than enough to do cutting and stuff like that. So pretty exciting. I'm really happy with it, and we're going to try to design that same style tilt for all the machines as we develop new bodies and stuff like that, because we want every machine to be able to use every attachment. That's the goal. I want to be able to use the buncher as a loader. I want to be able to use the loader as a buncher. You know, I just want you guys to have options. Pick the machine you love, pick the attachment you love, and do whatever you want. That's so much easier than sticking it to one machine and saying, well, that's what you get. Deal with it. So now, hopefully, we're going to have a nice demonstration. So we have and also redid the processor screen down the bottom right corner, so you now have a nice black background with a green text as opposed to the old white one with a black text. So it looks actually pretty good. I like it. So I think I'm going to cut to 500s, I guess, for now, because those seem to fit pretty good on the in-game one. So just cut it, knock it, drop it. Very clean, very smooth cutting. Looks really good. The sound, I'm not sure if it'll change by the time you guys get it. It might, but I might put some different sounds on there. Just because it's a little bit different. So, going for your kill. The heavy trees are still a little bit of a brute on this guy, but, I mean, the heavy trees are brutal on everything. It's just nice to be able to process like a boss again. Turf your pieces. I've also got new joysticks. I finally put a new set of T16000s in, which are the same ones I used before, but I have the orange ones now instead of the green ones, so the newer version. And I gotta say, man, these things are tight. Like, they feel so good. I actually had a video, well, yeah, I keep forgetting. You guys have seen the video by now. It came out on Sunday of me ripping apart my chair. Actually, I had to rip apart the arms and put some new upholstery on them and stuff because the old leather was starting to give way. So those have been changed out, and these joysticks are so good. They're so smooth. I had no idea how crappy my other ones were. Like, the triggers weren't working right, and things were breaking on them. Oh, man. I would gladly buy another set of these ones that I'm holding right now any day. They're so good. So, T16000s, get the orange ones. The orange ones are dope. So look at this. Man, this is so much easier to process, like, and keeping our piles nice. Remember in the last video when we were on the field, how horrendous that was? And now I'm doing the job of two machines, because remember we had to go through with the loader and actually clean up all that crap that we had messed up. So, like I said, we're doing kind of 2 jobs at once here. It's pretty sweet. So let's see here. Grab this one. Like I said, I love having a processor. I love having a fixed processor. I love fixed processors. Although a dangle's going to happen. We'll have a dangle processor. That's going to be a thing eventually. Just not right away because we got some other priorities. I'm just really happy I was able to find a machine that actually looks pretty good and works pretty good. I spent a long time changing over this Ponzi head, though. I'm not going to lie. It was a lot of work. I probably spent about 6 hours just on this head alone, balancing the weights and balancing the physics out and trying all that stuff. Oops, I got stuck between 2 trees. It's definitely the smoothest processor head I've ever used and ever created. So I think you guys will become instant fans of it. I have it in testing with my my team right now, and I'm getting really good feedback about it. So I think it's pretty good. Oh, we still got a piece in there. Look at that. And you can still pick stuff up. I mean, you can still squash logs. It's not like perfect, but it's a lot better than doing it with something totally different. Like the in-game one, you'd never be able to pick stuff up with or do any of this. I mean, like I said, if you squeeze it, you can still crush them and get them all jittery. So I mean, you got to be careful. You can't be an idiot with it. And there's physics collisions on all of the bumpers on the outside. So if you like to do the bumping effect, you can totally do that now too. But having the access to like the dual claws by using 2 is just so nice. I love having that ability to separate them. And you can make them dance by closing them and opening them together. See? Kind of like a dance, hey? Oh, you gotta unsync them. That's the key to making them dance. They're faster. Oh, there we go. Dun, 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 dun. Anyway, I can do that all day. I could, but I won't, you know? Let's see if we can cut these stumps any lower. I think we got them pretty low. Oh, you can cut them pretty low. And the reason I want to cut the stumps lower is because you remember in the last video where we were walking around with the loader and hitting them, and it was just bad. Can you cut that? Oh, look. Oh, that's neat. I did like a 45. I did a 45-degree cut on that bad boy, right? I'll tell you, though, I am so glad that I can process like a human again. It's just so sweet. Oh, see, this is a heavy tree. We'll see how she goes. Boop. You have to really let it go down with your grab. Don't try to get all stupid with it and trying to think you can dominate the tree with the head. Because if you grab those big ones and try to whip them around, man, they will teach you a lesson, that's for sure. So you got to be careful. Got to be careful. Whatever, just little garbage pieces. So yeah, like, I don't know, I think you'd be able to own a map pretty quick. I guess next thing we get is a feller buncher. I haven't really done a lot of ground picking with this one. And by ground picking, I mean like grabbing, like knocking down a pile of trees that are unprocessed and then grabbing them. But I imagine it would be just fine as well. Till I get a feller buncher, I won't really have a lot of experimenting with that. Well, you know, we could try it right now. Let's do an experiment. Because experiments are fun. Science. We're doing it for science. All right, so basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a test with you guys here of felled trees being processed. So we'll just drop them on the ground here. And we'll grab this one here too. Oops. Oh, I guess it helps if I turn the head on. I'm like, why isn't it turning on? There we go. Always turn on your processor head. Step 1. Insert power core. All right, let's go this way. I'm still trying to get used to driving with my POV. I literally put my joystick or my pedals up for sale. I'm done with them because I can't. I have tried every combination. They just frustrate the hell out of me. So no more pedals for Jordan. So here we go. We're gonna try grabbing them off the ground. Let's turn the harvester head on. So basically, when you're grabbing them off the ground, you just want to use your back claw the most. Once you get your back claw lit, you can grab the front, do a little snip, and then you should be able to just process like normal. Yeah. Just as I expected. I'm like, if it processes just as good in the air, I don't see why it would be any different on the ground, but now I can say we've done the test prior to release. It's a pretty sweet head, though. I'm really happy with it. I mean, we didn't model this head, so it's entirely Giant's credit for the modeling on the head. I was just telling Chad about that the other day. I'm like, you know what, man? I'm like, it's so crappy that you have such beautiful models, because Giants does make really nice models. Like, I mean, like if I bring this head nice and close, like, it's beautiful. Like, look at all the little moving parts and stuff. Like, it's just, their modeling is incredible. But then to give it such terrible functionality in game, that just, it just irks me. It's almost like it's like an insult to the guy who went through all the trouble to design the head. If you're going to design something this beautiful, man, you better make it work really well. Because if you're not, like, what are you even doing? Just offending the rest of them. So to whoever modeled this head from Giants and textured it or did whatever you did, beautiful work, man. To whoever put the functionality in, you suck. You need to go back to physics school or whatever you do to get to where you are. Because bad news bears, man. See, this one got away on us. Oh, there's still a little piece in there. Those little ones trip me up. Never see those. This is our garbage pile right here. Just tuck that in there. See, another thing you can never do with the other Ponzi head would be this, what we're doing right now. Being able to sort your logs after you cut them. Just having the ability to grab and sort is huge. And I still have no idea why they won't implement this style into the game. I think it's just too complicated. Again, I always come back to, you know, the majority of people, obviously, that aren't interested in logging, that are farming and stuff, they don't really have a lot of machines that are complex to run control-wise. Oops, I guess I just can't pick these tops up because they're a little too small. But they're not complicated control-wise. Like if you're driving a tractor, dragging a combine kind of thing through a field, it's a lot less technicality, a lot less understanding of controls than if you're, say, operating this bad boy. Because when you're running a thing like this, you really need to have a lot of control over your log, know what you're doing, you know, develop a skill level that works for you. When if you want to just jump in a tractor and go for a drive across a field, all you got to know is how to drive in a straight line, pretty much, right? How to turn around. You're not worrying about the direction of the log while it's running and turning it and cutting it and rotating and twisting a grapple. And I think a lot of that functionality falls flat when it comes to a developer because they're like, I mean, how many people are going to use that feature? Why would we add that? What a waste of our time. So then guys like us, FDR Logging style, we come in and go, well, we want that feature. We want to add that, so gimme. But we add our own features, so it's fine. We make it work. We make it work so that you guys can have a good time. But yeah, I'm excited for you guys to have this. Just as even as a temporary. I mean, I wanted to put this one on a different body, but we don't have another body ready yet. That's going to be coming. But I'm like, well, why don't we just put it on the 880 for now to give them something? We can always transfer the head to a different machine if we want, or just give them a brand new head with a different machine. But let's give them something different for now, because we've had the Wartaw head in 2017 forever. So I said, let's give them something novel, like the South Star style head. Even though it's a Ponzi, it's not a real South Star head, but we can do that if we want. Just putting a Ponzi head on here would have looked kind of odd to me, so I'm like, let's call it a South Star. Because South Star is also a really wicked company that makes processor heads. Wartaw and South Star, those are the only two. Logmax actually makes some half-decent ones now, but I think Tiger Cat actually has their own felling head. It's not super-duper popular, but they do have them for sure. Alright, we're going to cut down this tree, and then I got to call it because we've smoked through this video a lot quicker. See, now I can actually go through these videos and not be bored and not be like, okay, and now we're going to go plant some corn or whatever, or corn trees, whatever. Because now I can actually go back to the style logging that I like, which is this, using our equipment to do proper logging. So I'm just going to park this bad boy right here. So by the time, I'm pretty sure it's tomorrow, I have to like use my future guided mind to realize when this video is coming out, but I'm pretty sure it'll be tomorrow. So tomorrow, you guys will have access to this bad boy. You'll be processing trees like madmen. You'll be having some new tracks. And make sure you download the new version of the 880 as well, because it's also got this huge tiltable grapple that goes the whole way here. So make sure you grab a copy of that as well. It'll be labeled as V2. This processor is also going to be labeled as V2 just because I like to move everything in a cycle together. Then as I put out like a brand new pack, I'll update it. It keeps everything nice and organized. So, yeah, I think you guys will have a blast. Maybe you'll find issues that I didn't, but it runs pretty darn smooth. So, if you guys liked the episode, leave a like, leave a comment. Do not forget to subscribe. If you haven't subscribed and you're watching this, hit the subscribe button because you know you want it. You want to get in there and join the club, right? Just do it. Do it right now. Anyway, and if you guys are in the bush, don't forget to hug a tree. All right, guys, we'll catch you on the next one. See ya.